Hello everyone. The Indiana Fever played the Las Vegas Aces in Las Vegas. They moved from their usual Michelob Ultra Arena, which holds a 12,000 capacity. They moved to the T-Mobile Arena, which holds just over 20,000. And it was close to a sellout today. And so it was a very exciting, filled with energy arena, as people described it before and in the post-game conference.
It was probably one of the best we've had from like an energy standpoint, like even like during warm-ups, like the amount of people here just watching warm-ups, like I feel like that's when I can kind of get a gauge on how good the crowd is or like how excited they are about the game. Like obviously they're always excited, but like tonight, like it just felt very different. Like there was just mobs of people just watching us warm up and stuff. So I think it was 20,000. That's a lot of people. So I mean, it's great. It's super cool to be a part of, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And also, I hope everybody saw how good the Aces are. Like that was really good for them too. And you know, obviously their fans show up and are incredible themselves.
The Aces won 88-69. The game was close for 3 quarters, with the Fever down by approximately 6 points at the end of the third quarter. The Aces went on a 10-0 run early in the fourth quarter, and the game never was really close after that. So what else about this game stands out? The depth, and in particular the talent on the Aces, their starting 5, is very impressive. Of course, they've won the league the last 2 years, and it's not hard to understand how that could be. Their starting lineup, Chelsea Gray has just come back into it after being out for earlier part of the season as their point guard, has an important role on the team. Jackie Young is their defensive player who was on Caitlin, who also had a good scoring night, so she's a good player on both ends of the court. Of course, there's AJ Wilson, their star player, the MVP of the league. At 6'4", she probably plays even a tad bigger than that. Great moves to the hoop. She shoots well within 15 feet, is a star in the league. With that is Kelsey Plum as well, an excellent player, knows how to play the game well, is a good team player, and clearly she's a good shooter. She can drive, she keeps good control of the ball. Again, she's a good team player. Rounding that off would be their center, Kia Stokes, who can play well in the paint, at least well enough that she rounds that team off. So great talent there. So what else might we want to talk about? Let's look at the statistics. The Fever shot really poor. They shot 36 from the field, 23% specifically from the three-point line. And then they only shot 54% at the free throw line. Those are some pretty terrible numbers. No way you're going to beat an excellent team with those kind of numbers. On the other end of the court, the Aces, they shot well. Their individual stats, Kelsey Plum was 6 for 11 from threes. She led the Aces with 34 points. AJ Wilson, 28 points with 9 rebounds and 5 blocks. Jackie Young had a good all-around game again, scored 15 points and had 10 assists, in addition to the defense that she played on Caitlin. So what else do we say about this game? As far as the front court for the Fever, Aliyah Boston and Nalissa Smith, neither of them shot well tonight. They did rebound well, and that's impressive, and that's going to mean a lot to the Fever moving forward. But they really shot poorly from 6 to 15 feet. The first 3 possessions that Smith got her hands on the ball in the paint, a couple of excellent passes from Caitlin, she couldn't finish. On the defensive end, she struggled some, which she has recently, especially in the Chicago game, where Angel Reese took her to the basket very effectively. The bench for the Fever scored very few points. Besides the top 3 scorers, after that, Smith had 5 points, although she had 14 rebounds. Then everyone else on the team, Fagbinelli, Samuelson, and Wallace, all had less than 4 points. So they didn't shoot well, the bench didn't contribute, and so it was hard for the Fever to be able to win this game. The ease of which the offense plays for the Aces is impressive. They just run these picks at the free throw line just consistently. They're pretty big-bodied. They come off and they play it well. They play a good team game, and even with that, if the Fever plays well, who knows? Actually, the Fever could beat these guys even on their home court if the Fever played and shot well. And there is some question with the defense of the Aces if they're going to be able to do that. Bottom line, Aces have all this talent and the Fever do not. However, look at what the Fever team looks like and how they play from the first 2 or 3 games to now. Initially, Caitlin was playing off the ball, wasn't included as an integral part of the game, was just coming off picks and didn't have an opportunity to play. Coach Sides, 4 or 5 games into the season, is talking about Caitlin has to get rid of the ball very quickly. She can't be dribbling out on top of the court. Caitlin wasn't playing much point guard as well, so put all those together compared to now where Caitlin is the point guard. She is leading the team. They run, she passes, they hit threes. The game and the team are playing in the manner in which Caitlin is being utilized appropriately. People will say she's not getting off enough shots, and that probably is the case. I suspect Caitlin is emphasizing the passing because her teammates are going to have to play better. They're going to have to contribute. And she could force up more shots and score more points, but the team will probably still lose. Caitlin's, her IQ is very high.
Caitlin's doing an amazing job. She's a stat sheet stuffer, she's got however many boards, 13, 14 assists, 9 boards yesterday. So her game is dynamic. She is more than just a shooter. She is a really good passer, and she does a lot of great things. And, she draws a lot of attention, which is why a lot of her teammates get, the opportunities they do to score. So she creates a lot of that, and that they're learning how to play with each other. So that's why they're playing really well. So we're going to have to come out from the jump and play a good game tomorrow.
Another time we'll do a video about her post-game interviews because I think they're quite incredible. And yes, I do like Caitlin Clark. Our channel follows Caitlin Clark a lot and the Fever. It is also true that knowledge and insight during the game as well as after, how she retains this clarity and is so aware of it, breaks down the game in so many very clear ways, is absolutely impressive. I want to make a point that when you compare the offensive sets, the types of shots that Plum gets comparing it to Caitlin Clark, there's a major difference. Kelsey Plum, most of her three-point shots were set shots. She got the ball. She was relatively wide open and was able to hit them. But they're right close to the three-point line. Now, in addition to that, however, she plays a great game, a great team game. She penetrates well. She stays under control. And so there's a lot to like and praise, but noteworthy and appropriate to point out that what Caitlin goes through to attempt to get off her 3 points is much different. She's usually under pressure, moving quickly, doing step backs. She had one open 3 tonight that she missed. She just doesn't get many of those.
It's really exciting. Credit to, I know that Kels, Aaliyah, and Caitlin are all on it. And I'm really glad that Kels is on it because I think that she doesn't get the love that she deserves. And also too, she lost her dad this past off season. I can't even imagine, you're trying to figure out life, right? And she's just been tremendous. So, I'm really happy for her. And I think Angel Reese is on it too. And Dwana Bonner, perennial all-star. It's going to be a really fun game. It's super competitive. And I was sitting at home watching the All-Stars lose to Team USA the last time. I very vividly remember that moment. So,
in addition, for what it's worth, the role that Caitlin fulfills in, I call it being a maestro on the court, of leading the offense, of creating passing angles, of making these amazing passes, of running the court, it's all quite magical. And when we talk about Caitlin's scoring in particular, I think it's being naive and, or worse, when people do not recognize that the defenses are prioritizing her in a huge way when they play the Fever. And so the ease with which she can put up scoring points is much more difficult. You'll note that Caitlin drives to the hoop a lot, and that's because they're overplaying her. you will note that when she's on the top of the key moving around, frequently there will end up being a double team, people putting pressure on both ways to help minimize her ability to make a play at that moment in time from her shooting anyways. And she will get rid of the ball frequently, rather quickly, and a teammate will be open for a three or for another pass to take advantage of the overplaying defense. That's it for tonight's game. Hope you were able to check it out. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it and look forward to seeing you again. That's all for now.